How much time till we're on?
We're on, Ron.
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
Yep. And we are back just like that, man. What's good? What's good? What's good? Talk to me. Talk to me. You know I'll talk back. So yeah, man. Steven Yeun is out as the Sentry, and it's crazy. News hit yesterday while I was doing the show. I still don't know if this is confirmed. You know, Disney, Marvel, whoever you want to call it, seems like they playing real hush hush on any kind of news when it comes to like a recast or a firing or anything. Remember, they didn't specifically acknowledge that they have dropped Jonathan Majors as Kang. Remember that. Now we know, you know, the trades and all everybody else been running with somebody close to Marvel, or one of the executives close to whatever the situation is, has said that they're moving forward without Jonathan Majors, which, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, which don't necessarily mean that he's fired. Them moving on without Jonathan Majors could just mean that they're moving on without that character. I just want to, you know what I'm saying, without the Kang character going forward. And they could table that character and come back to it later. You know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Steven Yeun. And this is coming from, I don't even know what website this is, but what is this? Mirror Station News. I saw this. This was like the most recent update. So I did looking at this one. Steven Yeun will no longer be Sentry in Thunderbolts, leaving the MCU before his debut. Steven Yeun might only be sticking with the single blue and yellow superheroes. It's reported that he's left the Thunderbolts production at Marvel Studios for unknown reasons. Now, some people have been speculating, saying that it's due to scheduling. And me being the guy that I am, I'm like, scheduling, like, he does voice for Invincible, and I don't think he really got anything else necessarily going for him. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if it would be a scheduling issue. I think it's more to play than a simple scheduling issue. You know what I'm saying? The actor known for his role as Glenn in The Walking Dead and other productions like Nope, Minari, Invincible, and Beef on Netflix will no longer be joining the MCU of Sentry, that almighty character of the Marvel Comics, who is scheduled to debut in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie. This has been confirmed by The Hollywood Reporter, ensuring that the moment there is no official reason for the actor's departure, although it is pointed out that schedule and capabilities of the actor after the recent Hollywood strikes may have been the leading reason. Like I said, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Now, what my brain goes, is Marvel is on fire, and it's a lot of people probably gonna be, if they don't have long-term contracts, probably gonna be checking out. Steven Yeun, I don't think he filmed anything yet, so it was probably easier for him to back out of the situation. But remember, Robert Kirkman, who was the guy who is responsible for Invincible, I think it was last week before last, he tweeted, you know what I'm saying, that said, "Oh, my good friend Steven Yeun, he just went in and did a costume fitting, you know what I'm saying, for the Thunderbolts role, for the Sentry or whatever," which confirms that he was going to be playing Sentry. But that's kind of weird that he just had the costume fitting, and then 2 weeks out, he backs out, he quits. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what brought that on, but I just don't think Marvel got their shit together. I really don't. I don't think they have their ducks all in a row over there at Marvel, man. And I'm gonna continue to kick their back in until I see different, right? Till I see different, I'm gonna continue to kick their back in and say that it's certain changes that need to be done, and they're not doing it fast enough. And they're playing with people's, I'm gonna say they're playing with people's emotions. So rumors of the extremely popular actor Steven Yeun taking on the role of Sentry started to pop up during the summer of 2023, with official confirmation of his role right at the end of 2023, though the actor himself will claim to feel very motivated to play the character popularly known as Marvel Superman. And I was never cool with this casting to begin with. To me, go get you. Why? I don't know why all of a sudden Hollywood is scared to cast white guys to play white guys. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? For the longest, you've been casting white guys to play white guys, and now you just want to, you know what I'm saying, look at a map, throw a dart, and see what ethnicity is going to play whatever role. That makes no sense to me. Quit trying to race bend every fucking character. Why are you doing that? There was no precedent to make the Sentry an Asian guy, especially coming off the backs of Shang-Chi. You could be building an Asian universe, so to speak. You just coming off the back of Shang-Chi. There was easily a way to fit Steven Yeun into that universe of Shang-Chi easily. But instead, you chose to cast him as blue-eyed, blonde-haired Sentry. What sense does that make? Like, who is making the decisions over there? I think Steven Yeun probably picked up a comic book and was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! This guy's white, for real white. Like, ain't no mistake. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way of getting around it. This guy is white. Why did you choose me for this role?" And they probably had no real answer to give him. Like, what? Look at this dude. Look at this guy, man. This is a white guy here. The guy on the left is Asian. Dark hair, dark eyes. Guy on the right, blonde hair, blue eyes. You tell me what sense did that make to even cast this guy? Quit with the race, with the race bending, the race swapping, man. Quit doing that, and I guarantee you will have a better outcome, or these actors can actually relate to the characters that they're playing and can give you a better performance. Like the homie Dre Max said this morning, man, if all hell will break loose if Tom Cruise played Blade. All hell will break loose if Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise showed up as the Daywalker, ain't nobody coming to see that. Get on your come on, Marvel. What are y'all doing over there, man? Like literally, what are y'all doing? Says, however, this is 2024 begins with the first huge hit to the superhero genre, confirming that Yeun will no longer be Sentry. Totally unexpected news if we take into account that the filming of Thunderbolts is set to start in a few months. Now, Marvel Studios must look for a new actor to play such a powerful character for a production schedule for this coming spring. The reason for Yeun's departure from Marvel Studios has not been officially revealed, although the indications of scheduling between the actor and Marvel Studios due to constant changes and delays, which caused both the writers and actors strike of 2023, which have turned Hollywood upside down. So much so that the actor has projects underway, such as continuing to lend his voice as the protagonist of Invincible on Prime, and as well as Bong Joon-ho's new movie, Mickey 17, amongst others. Cool. So he does have some things, but I don't think it's that much of a scheduling conflict, especially with the payout that Marvel be doing. Now, if they going cheap, then yeah, maybe he walks. Or like I said, maybe he read that book. Maybe he looking at the Sentry and he looking at himself in the mirror like, that ain't me, dog. He probably read that Thunderbolt script and was like, this is garbage. This is, I can't attach myself to this. This is horrible. Maybe he looking at the way that they're treating Jonathan Majors. I don't know. It's a lot of things that Marvel isn't getting done right now, or doing right now. They slipping. They slipping, man. Lacking in their macking, so to speak. Like, I think that they thought that they were so untouchable, invincible, no pun intended, that they cannot do any wrong. And like I said, this all started with they did not recast T'Challa. I'm going to keep saying that. They went downhill, couldn't find their way out. Hey, this is bad, man. How many other actors is going to leave? I would put money on Mahershala Ali walking. I would put money on that Blade movie not seeing the light of day. I would put money on that right now. As of right now, I would put money on that. Fantastic Four. Is that coming? We ever gonna see that? They sabotage this is self-sabotage right now at this point, man. At this point, this late in the game, they can't get out their own way. Horrible. Horrible. I found another article since we've been talking recasting and stuff. 10 people who could take over for Steven Yeun as the Sentry. Let me show that real quick. 10 actors who could take over. Let me do this. Why is that so small, man? That's weird. Let me put it back. It says number 10, Alexander Skarsgård. Say he's got the perfect look for the Sentry. If you know this guy, he played Tarzan. He was what was he in? With Sookie, the True Blood. He was in True Blood. I could see him. He would, to me, I could see him playing Sentry. I could see him being. That's not a bad choice. That's not a bad choice. Andrew Cossey, here they go again, still trying to race swap. Andrew Koji, I'm sorry, says has the action experience for the MCU Sentry. He was in that horrible Snake Eyes movie, which wouldn't have been bad if it wasn't a Snake Eyes movie. If y'all saw that movie, tell me, did y'all agree with me on that? If it wasn't attached to G.I. Joe or had anything to do with Snake Eyes, that movie would just be a decent sit-down watch action flick. You know what I'm saying? But since it was supposed to be Snake Eyes and G.I. Joe adjacent, that was bad. That was a horrible movie, man. But this dude, nope. Boyd Holbrook could boast his career as Sentry. He was already he was in Logan. He played Pierce. He played Pierce in Logan. I could maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know how to say this dude's name. Nikolja Costa Waldu could lean into Sentry's villainous side. He was Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. If y'all know who that is, or watch Game of Thrones, I think he's too. I think he's too old. I think so. What else they got? Ryan Hurst. That's he played Opie in Sons of Anarchy. Nah, don't see it. Who else we got? That's a dope picture though, but still don't see him as the Sentry. Keanu Reeves, y'all. I'm gonna just keep going. Charlie Hunnam. Now I can see, but I like him as an actor. I think they wasted him in Rebel Moon. I think they wasted his character in Rebel Moon. Well, Rebel Moon wasted a lot of people's time. That's one thing, but they wasted his time in the movie. You know what I'm saying? But I could see him doing it. Think he'd be dope. He was in Sons of Anarchy and Pacific Rim and things of that nature. Also King Arthur, I want to say. Anthony Starr. Yes, but he's already that. You know what I'm saying? He's already is playing Homelander. He's already that. So I wouldn't pick him because that's just keeping him right. And he would bring the same. I don't want to see Homelander over here. If you get what I'm saying, Homelander shouldn't be over in the MCU, so to speak. Ryan Gosling, who was already being rumored to take over anyway, from what I understand. Maybe not bad, but you know. And then Henry Cavill. Now that would be crazy. I don't know why he's number one. He wouldn't be my number one pick, but that would be crazy for him to come over and play Marvel's Superman, so to speak, because Marvel got a couple Superman over here on their side or whatever. But that would be a good slap in the face to DC for him to slide right over and play the Sentry or whatever. But yeah, this is just crazy. This is wild, man. Everybody's for the most part dropping out, or Marvel is they just can't get right. They just can't get right. Like I said, Mahershala Ali, I could see him walking. I could see him saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm out of here. Y'all taking too long. I don't know what y'all doing. The script is trash. Stephen Yeun, he probably walked same thing. I could see the Thunderbolts. They don't make sense anyway, right? To me, let's see what the synopsis is for this Thunderbolts movie. I want to see what the synopsis is. If they got anything to let us know. See if I find something, any kind of plot details. So this is from MovieWeb. It says MCU's Thunderbolts plot, cast, release day, everything we know. Yeah. Let's see. So here we go. The plot says, even though up until now the official plot for this picture is yet to be announced, one thing is made clear: Thunderbolts will revolve around a band of anti-heroes sent on missions commissioned by the government. A movie focused on individuals who don't quite possess the heroic qualities. Certainly an intriguing notion, as Marvel really gives their anti-heroes an exclusive spotlight, with scarce instances being Guardians of the Galaxy and Loki. Both ultimately became critical hits among critics and audience because of their sturdy storyline. So hopefully through this opportunity, Thunderbolts creative team will be able to conceive a narrative that's strong enough to achieve the same fate. So that didn't really tell me nothing. But if you know who the Thunderbolts is, like they said, anti-heroes. Is this intriguing? I mean, you got Here's the cast right here. Here we got in the cast. We have Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross, right? Who that's a recast, just to let everybody know. Recast. Hannah John came in as Ghost. Who that was Ant-Man and the Wasp, which y'all remember Ant-Man and the Wasp. Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, which I like her as that role. And then you got David Harbour as the Red Guardian, and you got Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster. This just don't even sound, you know what I'm saying? Sound good. Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Wyatt Russell as John Walker, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. And then possibly maybe Baron Zemo. But this sounds bad. This sounds bad. Like a whole bunch of people with the same power set doing what? This, this sounds like this is like Universal Soldier. Right? That's what this sounds like, Universal Soldier. Ain't nobody showing up for that. Nobody's going to show up for a Thunderbolts movie. For one thing, what's the draw of that movie? Let's say this movie does who's the draw? Who are the audiences showing up to see? Florence Pugh, her character, we only got her character from Black Widow, right? And Hawkeye. A little bit in Hawkeye. We got a little bit more of her in Hawkeye. But you know what I'm saying? How many people went and saw Black Widow? Whether it was at home or at the movie theaters, how many? Probably not a lot. How many people saw Hawkeye? Probably not a lot. Not enough to where you feel like I'm attached to this character. So you can check that off. Who's coming to see Ghost? I'll wait. Who coming to see Ghost? Who's coming to see Taskmaster, Olga Kurylenko? David Harbour? I like David Harbour, but he couldn't even carry the Hellboy movie. Who's coming to see Bucky? Who's coming to see U.S. Agent? There is no draw. Is Harrison Ford the draw? Can Harrison Ford still bring people to the box office? Nope. We just saw that happen with damn Indiana Jones. Why y'all playing with these people's emotions like this, Marvel? Why y'all playing with these people's emotions? It's like, I hate to use the word gaslighting. It's like y'all gaslighting people for, you know what I'm saying? This is horrible. This is bad. This is bad, man. This is bad. Let me get into the comments. D Stizzle, what is up? What's good, D Stizzle? What's good? What's good? What's good? Say in my Big Warren voice, playing around with these characters like playing with my emotions. That's right, man. Cosplay minstrel show. That's what it is. That's exactly what because it's like, why are you taking this white guy and turning him into an Asian guy when you already established or was establishing a world where an Asian guy can show up naturally? Right? Steven Yeun could play what's that mutant from Japan? Sunfire. He's better off being Sunfire. That would make more sense. These guys always talk diversity, but won't go into the diverse characters that they got and bring them alive. Marvel, you got diversity. Use your diversity. You don't have to force diversity by changing Sentry into an Asian guy. You got it already. Silver Samurai is out there. What's Iron Fist's brother, or his brother since when they was training in Kung Lao? Can't think his name right now. Like you got the agents of Atlas, which is an all Asian team of superheroes you can pull from. Come on, man. D Stizzle says, I think Anthony Starr could be Mr. Sinister. Hey, he wouldn't be a bad Mr. Sinister. He wouldn't be a bad Mr. Sinister. I think he's Australian because Mr. Sinister is British and Australian accents because I think he's from Australia. But I think he can pull it off. I think he can put it off with that, with the accent. This version of Thunderbolts makes 0 sense. Mad Leftover Squad, Comic Thunderbolts are dope. Comic Thunderbolts is where it's at. And if you think about their motivations and how they did it when they brought, you know what I'm saying, with them being, masquerading as heroes, even though they were all villains. Mockingbird, Baron Zemo is what was his name? I want to say Agent V. I don't think that's what his name was. I can't remember right now. But these were all villains who were masquerading around as heroes. That's what the Thunderbolts was about. Citizen V, I think that's what his name. So Cat Williams should play the Sentry after the way he nuked his. Yeah, man. Cat Williams don't play no games, man. He's not gonna hold his tongue for nothing. He's not gonna hold his tongue for nothing, man. Salute the cat. Salute the cat. Beef is everywhere. Comedians, but I'm pretty sure all comedians, it's always some type of beef with comedians, man. Says I don't want to see that movie. I don't think anybody gonna see that movie. John Walker should be a West Coast Avenger squad. He should. See, that's the thing. They don't want to sully the Avengers name, so to speak. But that's exactly what I would do. I would try to put together a whack Avengers, not on purpose, but like, the West Coast Avengers. A lot of people like the West Coast Avengers, but whether it's the West Coast Avengers or the Great Lake Avengers, whatever, put together this Avengers team because we don't have the real Avengers, and the issues and the problems surrounding this team and how they don't live up to the original Avengers squad, and the issues and the team building that they have to go through. I think that's something that people would watch and would like to see, because now I can identify with certain, with certain characters. This Thunderbolt, what's the motivation behind this Thunder? How did they all get together? For one thing, how did they all get together? Were they captured? You know what I'm saying? Is Fontaine, is she supposed to be the Amanda Waller situation? Is this like Task X over there at DC? Like, how did you get this group of this motley crew together? You know what I mean? How did you do that? He still says, where's Songbird, Moonstone, Atlas Fixer, Mach V? Like, where they at? Fans dig Buck, but he ain't big enough. No, he's not a big enough draw. Not to make $1 billion movie, or 800 million to $1 billion movie. Bucky ain't the one putting butts in seats. Kurt Russell's son ain't putting butts in seats. Florence Pugh, none of them. None. And Steven Yeun, who was going to be in it, he damn sure ain't putting butts in seats. Need Sunfire, Armor, Silver Samurai, Gorgon. Oh my God. Gorgon will be dope. The Agents of Atlas, Immortal Weapons, etc. They got a whole plethora of Asian characters that they can bring to life, and they want to turn my man and make him play Sentry. Why? Come on, you got people out here. You got characters out here. There is no need to do that. No need. Right, real Asian characters. Real Asian characters. Just because and I hate, some people are like, well, it didn't work in the comics, or, it didn't. Sometimes that's the wrong medium. Sometimes that's the wrong medium. Maybe if you highlight and spotlight these characters on a bigger platform, bigger display, it could work. And actually put talented writers and talented creatives onto these characters, you might see a return on these characters. Look at what Black Panther did. They didn't think Black Panther was going to do what it did. The way they introduced Black Panther made people want more Black Panther. So then people showed up for Black Panther in the movie theaters. You introduce the character correctly, make people want to be in touch and see this character, people will show up for the character. That's how you build rapport with your audience. That's how you do that. Y'all just be shoehorning people in, just throwing them willy-nilly anywhere. Great Lakes Avengers were the scrub. They were. They were, but that's what I'm saying. I think instead of doing this Thunderbolts, because right now, like I said, they don't have no direction. The MCU has no direction. They're directionless. They just a boat floating. The rudder is broke. They don't have an anchor, nothing. They just out here on just doing whatever. Since we don't have an Avengers as of right now, we don't have the Avengers. You should have your fake Nick Fury or whoever it is trying to put together an Avengers squad, right? Great, whether it's Great Lake Avengers, West Coast Avengers, or whatever, but they just can't get right. The whole shtick of them is they can't work together. They can't work together. They want to do right, but they just don't. They don't have a real, Captain America ain't there to galvanize. They don't have a Tony Stark. They don't have a Thor. They don't, you know what I'm saying? So they trying to galvanize the best way they can. And sometimes that shit just don't work. They lose. People get away. You know what I'm saying? You build that up over time. Oh, my God. That'll work. You can even have Sam Cap involved. Black America, whatever you want to call him. Black Falcon Cap. You can have him involved and him trying to be the Captain America of this new West Coast Great Lakes Avengers. You know? How I got all the ideas and they need to pay me. Mighty new West Coast Avengers are the real deal. Yeah, I know, like, when the new Avengers showed up and the Mighty Avengers showed up, like when they went and got Wolverine and Spider-Man, and that squad was beast mode. To me, that might have been one of the better squads. Luke Cage. Ronan was a part of it at the time, which ended up being Hawkeye. Was it Hawkeye at that time, or was it Echo? Either way, like, I think that squad was beast mode. That was a beast squad. That was the way, and especially the way, you know what I'm saying, they went and recruited Wolverine and got Spider-Man to come on board, and you know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. That was dope the way they did that. Comic Big Hero 6 is another. Yeah, She-Ra. The Disney film was a different interpretation. Yeah, and I hate that Marvel gave that away. Well, let me not say, because it did work. It worked, animated or whatever for what they did, but that was a decent property that they could be using right now on the live action front. Or if they want to keep establishing things, do some more animation with them and have it linked to the MCU or not, you know, or not. Agree. Yeah. That Mighty Avengers, that was a time to read, man. I like that. I like that Mighty Avengers, man. That was dope. Has Steven Yeun peaked? What you mean peaked? You mean as an actor? Like, what do you mean? Like, does he? I think he can ascend. I think his trajectory can go upward, right? But it's and I'm gonna say this. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but from what I see, Asian actors, it's hard for them to ascend, because how many Asian actors are up there on the level of, we see like a Tom Cruise, a Denzel, or, you know what I'm saying, all these other people like that. Like it's very few, far in between. They get that mid tier or that tier right below, or it's always that, oh, I know that guy. You know, it's always one of them, but they're never that guy. You know what I'm saying? They're never that guy. Now he could have looked at this as a possibility for him to become that guy. Like, hey, I'm in a Marvel movie, I'm Sentry. But even look at what happened with Shang-Chi. That didn't necessarily elevate my man to the precipice of, or as high as he can go. Shang-Chi just came and went, right? It just came and went. What is out there higher than Glenn and Invincible? For him, it's just all about, to me, it's just all about him picking what roles to pick. And to push back on my own point, like I said, he probably saw this role and figured that this was the best way for him to elevate himself, regardless on the color of the character that I'm playing. This is a Marvel movie. They damn near invincible out here. They could put me in a spotlight that you know, that I couldn't be in. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I don't know. Glenn, and it's all, to me, there's always a place you can always go up. You know what I'm saying? Until you reach, especially for him right now, he's kind of early in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's coming from Glenn, doing Invincible. Invincible is a voice role, so it's not like it's huge. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that's just being pushed out forefront. You know what I'm saying? So he's still got time to get there. And like you just said, Chill, there is no Asian template. He doesn't fight, and that's the only real role for his likeness. What you mean? There's no Asian template. He doesn't fight, and that's the only real role for his life. What do you mean? In that, you talk about with Glenn and Invincible. I think you can come into the game one way and change, right? You can come in as him playing Glenn, not a fighter, but over time, let's say he was into martial arts or fighting, or maybe he was working on his physique or something like that. Maybe he could be the next action hero. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? If you're a good actor, I think you can do anything, or you can learn to do anything. I put it to you like that. Heard some fans say he should be Amadeus Cho, but he's way too old. Amadeus is a teenage genius. I mean, or he is too old, but you can say he was a teenage genius to get around the teenage genius thing. But that's another Asian character that he would be suitable to play instead of making him the white Sentry. You see what I'm saying? Plus, you gotta this is what's crazy right now. You got super soldiers and Hulks, right? That's the big thing that was going on in the background with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then She-Hulk made the whole Hulk's thing. You know what I'm saying? What is Amadeus Cho being who he is and how he did the whole Hulk situation and him becoming Braun? I think it was Braun is what he called himself. You can use that. You can use that. Hercules is supposed to be coming. I think him and Hercules had a series together. If I can recall, like you can, Amadeus Cho can be your new Tony Stark, right? He can be that. He can be that. Jordan Peele cast him, and nope, that's his level, and I'm rooting for dude, but I'm being realistic. No, I'm with you. I see what you're saying, Chill. You're saying like, can he extend higher, or is this the level that he stays at? I now I understand exactly what you're saying, and I tend to agree with you. Yeah. As of right now, this is his level. This would be, or like you said, him being cast in Nope, things of that nature would be his level. But to give you some pushback, we won't necessarily know if he can do that until we go out and see him do it and either sink or swim when it came to that situation. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Is if we put him in a situation in this superhero movie, would he sink or swim? We know he was decent in Nope. We know what he did as Glenn. We know his voice acting in Invincible. I think he has talent. It's just, would he sink or swim in a situation that Marvel would put him in? Probably for the same reasons Yaya agreed to be Wonder Man. Right. And I, you know what I'm saying? I think these guys, they see that Marvel banner and they want to be a part of it so bad. And I'm pretty sure Yaya don't know who the hell Simon Williams is. He just, you know what I'm saying? He probably not even thinking about the race situation. He's probably not a comic book guy. He probably don't know that it's hella black characters that he could play out there. He just, oh, y'all want me to be who? Okay, well, yeah, I'll do that. For a show, you got to think, what? I don't know if Yaya is getting work like that, consistent work. This would put him in the spotlight for, you know, other works to come. You see what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he knew that DC Aquaman, I'm pretty sure he knew that was done. I'm pretty sure he knew that was finito. Once they finished filming part 2, he was like, let me take the helmet off. Hey, put that in stores because I ain't save that as a memento. I ain't coming back. Black Manta's no more. That's it. Marvel, hey man, we know the DCEU is dead. Hey, you want to come over here and be Wonder Man? Sure, why not? You know what I'm saying? He's not Jackie Chan, so that genre isn't in his path. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what he can do physically. That's another thing. We only know him from as being Glenn on The Walking Dead and things of that nature. So I don't know what he can do physically. He might be able to get busy. You know what I'm saying? It's just we would have to see him in that. It's a lot of actors who aren't action stars who they put them in an action movie and they do well. You know what I'm saying? We just have to see. But like you said, I'm rooting for him too. But I agree with you. I agree with you 100. Amadeus is the young sidekick to Bruce Banner and Hercules. That's part of his character, though. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It is right, like you said, as a teenager. I'm just saying, the MCU is, they don't know what they're doing anyway. So this would be par for the course if a grown Amadeus Cho showed up. It wouldn't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like the MCU is already, counterintuitive to themselves anyway. He just got offered a Marvel role and said, yeah. Yeah, I'm to tell you the truth. Like I said, a lot of these actors, especially black actors who don't get a lot of work, if that role is offered to them, they're going to say, yeah, let's do it. Where do I sign up at? Especially if I know that I get to come back for part 1, part 2, I get to do a Disney Plus film or show or whatever. Like, they're looking at it like I have continuous work over here working with Disney or Marvel or whoever. So on my, you know what I'm saying? If nothing is coming in at least I know I got this. So I kind of understand it. Recast Jimmy Woo in the reboot, give him more action to do. Yeah, making Jimmy Woo, and I don't mind dude who plays Jimmy Woo right now. I don't mind it, but I would like to see him do more Jimmy Woo stuff. Especially if he wanted to put together the Atlas team, the Agents of Atlas. And I think that would work. Comic Jimmy Woo is right? He is a badass. He is you know what I would like to see? Bring Coulson back and have him be the bad Coulson that we got, what it was, 2 years ago when he brought the Marvel's Justice League together and had them, you know what I'm saying, go up against all the heroes when they outlawed shit. Who was that? Was he in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever? I can't even remember. But have Coulson come back and put him up against Jimmy Woo and have them fight it out. Like have his team, you know what I'm saying? Like on some shit like that. MCU version serves coffee and does right. Come on, man. I hope you're well. I think we're just seeing the effects of what the strikes have done to scheduling. I wouldn't be surprised if David Harper ends up dropping out due to the. Hey, I mean, we can, and I'm not saying that that's a bad take. That's not a bad take because I do think the strikes messed up a lot of stuff. I do think that. So that's not a bad take whatsoever. But Marvel still isn't doing anything to counteract or to act on or to give, because at the end of the day, the strikes happen, right? If David Harbour has Stranger Things coming up, cool. What does Steven Yeun have? What's his name? Steven Yeun? Yeah. What does he have really to where he needs to drop out from scheduling because of the strikes? Like, what does, you know what I'm saying? That to me, that don't make sense. I think it's just a damn dumpster fire over there. I think it's just the damn dumpster fire over there, Marvel. David Harbour could drop out. He could use the excuse of that, but it could also be it's a dumpster fire over here. This building is on fire. You know what I mean? This building is on fire. Telling you, watch. Blade ain't coming. He gonna walk. He is gonna walk. That's what I believe. Mahershala Ali is gonna walk. This dude is Academy Award winner. Every movie he puts out, his performance is damn near up for an award for something. And y'all got this dude just sitting tight. Since 2019, he been sitting tight. Since 2019, it's been 5 of them things. We in 2024. No, man. You can't sit tight for that long. Because see, that's the thing. You that is a scheduling conflict. Because when you got me just sitting here waiting, and I can't go out and do no other, and I'm getting older. You only gonna be able to have me for maybe 1 film, 2 films. You know what I'm saying? Get Kevin Feige out of there. Get him out of there. He don't know what he doing. Get him gone. I do like the original Agents. Yeah, that was a nice squad, man. What was the old girl who could control the water? I had liked her. I liked her and the dude with the sword. See, there was a couple of them I like. I like the Fox lady. Like they had some dope characters over there. 2-time Academy Award winners. Speak on it, Gray. Twice. 2 times, cuz. So he has 2 films in production, one of which was shut down due to strikes. Is doing Invincible, which is just voice work. But the big one is his Netflix show Beef, in which he stars and produces. Okay. Okay. But not okay, that's cool. But take this into account. How I started the show by saying this. A week or 2 weeks ago, he just did a fitting, a costume fitting. What made him change from I just did this costume fitting to now I'm walking? What made him change is I just did this costume fitting. And from what I understand, Robert Kirkman made it seem like dude was excited to now he don't want to be or he drops out. To me, that, and I ain't trying to just, you know what I'm saying, pull nothing out of thin air, but that just seems a little fishy to me. Seemed like something ain't right over there. I have this costume fitting, and then the next week I walk. I'm done. You know what I mean? Just seems a little fishy to me. Am I wrong in that assessment? You know, am I wrong in that assessment? Costume fitting. Then the next week I walk. There's something bad in the water over there, man. Dumpster fire. Wonder Woman, what up? Wonder Woman, what up? She said, "You are correct, Blue." Yeah, it's. I mean, think about it. Think about it. And I'm trying to tell you, he will not be the first one. I mean, he will not be the last one to walk. He won't be the last one to walk. The script, it could be the script. I mean, the script. But how long has he had the script? Is this the 10th rewrite? We don't know, right? 10th rewrite, 6th, whatever. Script. I'm pretty sure the script is bad because just looking at the people, the cast that they got, the crew, and no disrespect to the actors, but the actual characters that they put the Thunderbolts together and trying to give a reason for the Sentry to show up with the Thunderbolts and who is the bad guys in this movie and who are they going to be fighting, cybernetic beings and all, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit just sounds bad. Just sound bad. Just sound like what is going on? Thank God the scheduling conflict got him off of it. Right? I mean, that's what it's gonna be. Because that's the easy thing to say. But y'all, you know that it's easy to say, scheduling when people ask, hey, why'd you leave? Scheduling conflict. I got this going, you know, it just didn't work. For Marvel. And I mean, is he under contract? You know what I'm saying? You don't just walk from Marvel or Disney or somebody. Maybe an independent film or a film a little lesser. You know what I'm saying? When you weighing things, and do I want to do this? Yeah, I know I signed up, dog, but Marvel. You know, that's what you do. You say, I couldn't do your film because of Marvel. I already signed, you know, I'm Sentry, dog. I'm gonna be Sentry. You don't forsake Sentry for beef. You really don't. You really don't. You don't be like, Marvel, I'm good on that. I'm gonna go do beef. Something smells rotten in the house of mouse. It does. It does. It's possible and likely not a coincidence that the firing of Jonathan Majors delayed the Avengers film and with the Thunderbolts. But they don't have a Travis, I'm with you. That it could be possible and likely, but they didn't have a direction for Kang anyway. They didn't have a direction for Kang. Kang, and that movie is not supposed to come out till 2025 anyway. And it's probably going to be pushed back again. That Avengers Kang Dynasty, you know, they're going to change the name, all that other good stuff. But that was going to be pushed anyway. But they had no direction for Kang. You know what I'm saying? Not really. What direction did you see Kang going? If you watched Ant-Man and Quantumania, and you watched Loki season 2, where does Kang even go? Where do you go with Kang from there? You had him lose the ants, and then you basically had Loki write him out of the timeline. for the most part. There is no Kang going forward. And I hate to say that. I know a lot of people saying, what's my man, Domingo, being the new Kang. Kang ain't coming back. You want to know why Marvel said that they didn't fire Jonathan Majors? Because they didn't fire Jonathan Majors, they fired Kang. Kang is done. Kang is done. That storyline is over and done with. We can sit here until the cows come home talking about who's going to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang. Coleman Domingo. Oh, dope dude. Love his acting. But guess what? Kang, the character, is done. They have tabled him. He is done. They've written him out of the timeline so they can move forward. They ain't going to tell you. They not going to say nothing. At least that's what I believe. And to me, the writing's on the wall. There's no need for Kang to go forward. Kang had end all be all. Kang had nothing to do with any of the multiverse stuff. Spider-Man had more to do with the multiverse stuff than Kang. Wanda had more to do with it than Kang. Doctor Strange had more to do with it than Kang. Everything's going to be, if end all be all, they can lay everything down at the feet of Loki. Everything can be laid down at the feet of Loki when it comes to this multiverse stuff. He the one who was left holding the bag, right? If y'all watch Loki season 2, he was the one left holding the bag. Incursions and all that. Loki can answer all them questions. They don't have to bring Kang's name up anywhere. I don't know what's going on at Marvel. A lot of actors are turning down roles because Marvel is trash. They need to get their head out their ass. With a lot of these firings, actor departures, I think a major reason people are turning stuff down is they don't want sloppy seconds of another actor like with Kang. I totally agree. That's another reason I don't think Coleman Domingo is going to want that role. After you just fired my mans, I'm not coming in for the sloppy second on that. Leonardo DiCaprio got all these. Nah, you don't walk from Marvel like they generated the most money in Hollywood. Right. You don't just walk away from Marvel. I hate to say it. Even with a burning building, you don't walk away from Marvel. It's something else going on. You don't turn that down. Find them, I make the Sentry the villain of this saga, then bring in Blue Marvel to battle him. That'd be dope. They freestyled Kang. Man, who you telling? I'm talking about got in a cipher and just start spitting. Another scheduling conflict like Daniel Kaluuya. Right. Ain't no scheduling conflict, man. Coleman Domingo. Right. He preferred Barney. Right. Come on, man. He went and did Barney over Black. Well, we know why he did that, because he know that was a crock of shit. He know Wakanda Forever was trash. And they took a jab at him in the movie. I don't know if y'all caught that. But they took a jab at him in the movie. This dude went to do Barney. Who just did a $1 billion+ movie and said, you know what, my passion, Marvel, I got to turn y'all down. I got to do my passion flick. I got to do my passion movie. Well, Daniel, what is that? Maybe we can help you. It's Barney, dog. I'm gonna go do Barney. Barney, dog. I love you. You love me, Barney, dog. This is wild. I'm telling you, man. Marvel is trash. Marvel trash. Maybe found out Ryan was going kill him off too. Ryan just like killing off people. He need to go see a therapist or something. Ryan Coogler need to sit down and talk to somebody, get through his whatever's wrong with him. Another possible scenario is Marvel is simply going to cancel Thunderbolts, give it a performance of the past few movies. They need to cancel everything. I told you yesterday, they need to stop. They need to stop. Hate to bring, remember how Puffy used to shut the studio down? They need to shut the studio down. Just turn it off. We're going to turn this off for a minute. We gave y'all enough. We gave y'all a lot. We're going to turn it off. We're going to, only thing we're going to have up and running is our animated side. Till we can figure out what to do going forward. Because right now we don't know. So we just going to shut the studio down. That's what they need to do. It's got to be something real bad too. They can't even catch. No. I forgot they still ain't cast How you still ain't cast Fantastic Four? How you still ain't cast Fantastic Four? The first family. It should be people lining up. People should be lining up for these roles. Childhood dreams of people to be a superhero. They definitely need to cancel Thunderbolts. No one wants to see that. Nobody wants. Ain't nobody showing up to the movies for that. They thought the Marvels flopped. They thought the Marvels flopped. All them people that Thunderbolts is an ensemble film. So imagine how many people they had to pay, or they would have to pay for Thunderbolts. That's a big chunk of change, man. I completely forgot about that Barney movie. It was announced like 5 years ago. Yep. I love you. You come on, man. That didn't come on, man. They should be ashamed of themselves. Marvel should be ashamed of themselves. They got all these loose ends thing tied up. They trying to give us Sam Wilson as Captain America. That's supposed to be a big draw. Who's showing up for that? Who's showing up for Anthony Mackie? And no shade to Anthony Mackie. But who's showing? Is Anthony Mackie a Hollywood draw? Has there been a movie where Anthony Mackie was the leading man and it just took off? And you see one anywhere? You seen a DVD movie? None that I know. Where Anthony Mackie was the leading man and that shit skyrocketed to the moon. This is the guy you gonna hedge your bet on this? Don't nobody care about them characters. What I said yesterday, Stizzle. Get Nate Moore out of there. Get Coogler out of there. Get Feige out of there. I'd rather have a Mon Vellani. Give me a Mon Vellani and Nia DaCosta. Put them together in the room. Let them go out and hire some people. Bring them in. I'd rather see them run it. I'd rather see a Mon Vellani and Nia DaCosta run Marvel. I'd rather see them run it. Guarantee you they can do a better job with the stuff that they putting out. The actors are asking Marvel, are y'all recasting T'Challa? My character interacts with him a lot. Marvel says, no, I'm going to have to pass. And you know what? To piggyback off of the recast T'Challa thing, I went back after the video I made yesterday, and I just started thinking about T'Challa in Marvel Comics. And because you brought up a good thing, saying he interacts with him a lot. My character does. T'Challa interacts with Marvel a lot. I think if you got rid of all my comic book heads out there, If you pull T'Challa out of Marvel Comics, what's left? I want you to think about that. This is how prominent this dude is in the comics. If you pulled him out, what's left? It's not much. This dude touches everything. This dude he more than 50%, 65% of Marvel Comics. Any big storyline, who's showing up? Who's been showing up in all the big storylines? Who saved the world more than anybody when it comes to the MCU, when it comes to Marvel Comics? I give you a hint. He's draped in vibranium. This is one option that could work, is given the success of What If and the Spider-Verse movies. Perhaps MCU should just make those projects animated movies. It would lower the budgets and feel fresh. I'm telling you, that's a way. I said maybe they should just, like I say, shut the studio down and just go animate it. Or you know what? Nah, never mind. With competent writing, you can make Sam Wilson pop on screen. Film doesn't need a gamma ensemble. Cap has a stable roster, good villains, and allies to use. No, you can make Sam Wilson pop on. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, when you drop your advertising for this film and it says starring Anthony Mackie, I don't think the girls is like, oh, Anthony Mackie, and I don't think the dudes is like, damn, Anthony Mackie in this movie, dog, I gotta go see that. You see what I'm saying? Like, butts aren't being put in seats because of Anthony Mackie. And Black America ain't doing it neither. And when I say Black America, I mean Black Captain America. That ain't a draw neither. Hate to say it, but that ain't a draw neither. Anthony Mackie hasn't been the lead in over a decade. Last time was Hurt Locker or Real Steel. Most of the time he is. I mean, and he does good as a support. He does good as a support. I haven't. What was the one he was in with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg? You know. That's why it hurts to lose Jonathan Majors from that leader man status. Yeah. Now you're right, chill. Because he's the only, he is probably their only, if you think of the actors that they have on the current roster right now, I don't know any of them who were leading men, let alone leading black men. Anthony Mackie ain't it. Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell ain't it. Bucky ain't it. Who else we got? Baron Zemo ain't it. Maybe Doctor Strange. Are they still gonna do it? Is there gonna be a part 3? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Cumberbatch. Maybe he is, but it don't seem like they hitching their wagon to his success, so to speak. Right? Hell, he could walk. He could kick rocks for all we know. And Spider-Man ain't theirs. And we don't even know if there is going to be a Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. He been kind of cryptic with whether he going to come back or not. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Moral of the story is there's no need to race bend when you got a diverse pool of characters to play with. No need to race bend when you got so many characters to pull from and storylines you can use to uplift these characters. Because if you really want Asian representation, then go get an original Asian character and bolster them up. Put your money behind these people. Put your money behind them. Make sure you get a return on your investment. Because just because you make him Sentry don't mean that he gonna pop. Don't mean that everybody gonna run out and go buy a Sentry doll because it's an Asian Sentry doll or something like that, or putting Sentry posters up on the wall because Steven Yeun is playing him. That don't mean that the Asian community gonna run to the movie theaters. So at least been genuine with it. Be genuine. A huge gamble would be for Marvel to do a television film that released on cable YouTube, similar to how Star Wars predominantly on TV before Disney brought it back. But to see, that's the thing, right? Star Wars, and I spoke on this before, Star Wars fans are different. Star Trek fans different. Lord of the Rings fans different. Marvel don't know who their fans are. Right? I don't think they understand who their fans are. Star Wars lasted from the 70s all the way up until current time right now. Do you know how hard it is to keep a fan base? And during that time period, they only had 3 movies. 3 movies. And then you get the prequels, and then you get the sequels that we got right now. Right? What held them down was books, comics, Christmas shows, cartoons. They made sure, you know what I'm saying? Star Wars was just, their fans were so rabid and wanted so much content from them that they had no problem. Because anytime something Star Wars would drop, the fans would eat it up. Ewok Christmas. Star Wars video games. Some of them was trash too. Didn't matter. Probably was the best-selling game that at least for that month or something. You know what I mean? Didn't matter. When did Star Wars come out? 78? 79? Something. I think it was either 70, 77, 78, 79, somewhere around that. The original Star Wars came out. Here we are, 2024, still talking about Star Wars. The MCU can't even make it 10 years. MCU can't even make it 10 years. Because they don't know who their fan base is. See, Star Wars knew that it was a male-dominated property. They didn't go out running and trying to get females to come into the fold and be, you know what I'm saying? If they showed up, they showed up. Cool. Oh, you like Star Wars? Cool. Star Trek knows who their draw is. They don't go out searching for a new audience. Well, maybe they are now, but they didn't for the longest. MCU, even, fairly new. Because I'm not talking about the comics in this aspect. I'm just talking when we talking about movies, TV, stuff like that. They can't even make it 10 years because they don't know. Because Kevin Feige got lucky. I'm gonna keep saying this. He got lucky. He put the right people around him. It was the perfect storm, so to speak, when Iron Man and all of that came out. That first phase, he had all those people. Joss Whedon came through, set everything up, going forward with the Infinity saga, and boom, you good, Gucci. They all leave. They don't recast T'Challa. Everything, because you lost all the people who had respect for the brand. There are 2 Johns, John Boyega, John David Washington. X-Men are the most ethnically diverse group in comics, but Marvel still race swaps some characters, and there's no reason. There's no reason. During Secret Invasion, I speculated attack on Russia as well as the kidnapping Agent Ross is what would get Fontaine to bring together Red Guardian, Yelena, and the Thunderbolts. Secret Invasion. Did they do? Was it a? But I thought they didn't do the attack. I had to go back and watch Secret Invasion. I thought they I have to go back and watch it. I mean, it could be. What Sony is doing with animated Miles Morales is better content that majority of the MCU and all of What If. I hate What If, dog. I really can't stand What If. The MCU's largest draw for now is whatever they have planned for Spider-Man. Once Spider-Man 4 happens, its performance will have an after effect on the next few projects like Doctor Strange 2. And that's good marketing. Like, if I know that I got Spider-Man on the horizon, I'm gonna make sure I block my movies accordingly with Spider-Man. That's what I would do. Now that's just good marketing. Whether the movie, you know what I'm saying, is good or not, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Okay, it was 77 when it came out. 77. That's a long time to have fans, bro. The entire success of Marvel Studios is luck. Go read a list to and that's what I'm getting it from. That's it. Look, Courtney, you hit it right on the head. That's where I'm getting it from. When I read through some of the stuff that she said in that book, that let me know that what I've been saying, because the thing is, before I read the book, I said Kevin Feige was, you know what I'm saying, didn't seem like he knew exactly what to do. But that book just solidified and let me know that this whole shit has just been luck. And I'm surprised nobody's really talking about it the way that I talk about it. The book is out there. I'm surprised, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're trying to protect Marvel or the MCU or whatever, but read that book, The Reign of Marvel, and how it came together. All luck. No rhyme. I mean, they had direction back then, those the create, you know what I'm saying? Jon Favreau and all of them. They knew what they was getting into. These people now, they don't know what they're doing. They just see a check. Oh, I go over here to Marvel, I can get paid. Look at Taika Waititi, I can get paid. I don't give a fuck about Thor. Who is that? Oh, well, he finna be Taika Waititi's Thor today. Chloe Zhao coming over. Who? Eternals? I don't know who that is, but we finna make a art style film. I just came off of winning an award, an Oscar, for my movie. Come on, man. All luck, but a lot of drive. I mean, but you gotta, right? It's drive, but is that drive ain't there no more? See, when you have luck and drive, you produce. There's nothing wrong with having luck or just being lucky, but having that drive to get there, because to me, that's what luck is. Luck is seeing the opportunity and having the drive to fulfill that opportunity to the best of your ability. That's all what luck is. Being in the right spot at the right time to have the drive to fulfill what you need to have fulfilled. That's it. It's sad. They need to scale back a lot. I think they need to take what's working and spread the setup up for the new story across those projects: Spider-Man, Thor, Black Panther, Loki, and the X-Men. Don't Black Panther. You will not. I've been seeing, and I don't know how true it is, but you've been seeing what's floating around. These are the new Avengers. Sure, ain't nowhere in sight. Sure, ain't nowhere in sight. Because the audience didn't latch on to Shuri. The audience was not fooled by that little skinny girl up there pretending that she can throw around. Excuse me. Pretending that she could throw Namor around. Nobody believed that. Heart-shaped herb or not. Nobody believed that. She didn't even look right doing it. It took a member bearer Spider-Man film to keep Marvel afloat. The house of ideas are out of them. Done. Hired too many new writers and directors. Exactly. And not just, and you know what? It's not just that. New directors and writers that didn't care. That didn't care. That's the thing. You can be a new writer or a new director, but care about what you're doing. Ryan Reynolds will bring that driver. Ryan Reynolds, but like I said, I don't think Deadpool 3 to me, I'm not going to let Marvel off the hook with Deadpool 3. That's not their movie. Deadpool 3 is not their movie. That's Ryan Reynolds' movie. That ain't their movie. So I'm not gonna let them attach themselves to Deadpool so they can get a pseudo win or you know what I'm saying, a win by default. I'm not gonna in my mind, that's separate. That's separate. I'm not letting them do that. It'd be cool to have an episode of that X-Men 97 series, have an episode where Monica Rambeau shows up revealing she ended up in the animated series. Now that would be dope. Look, they can do a lot of things with animation to figure some of this stuff out. It'd be, like you said, it'd be cheaper than a lot of the things that they're doing right now. It's funny that Wakanda trailer first dropped and people mistook that shot of Shuri's butt to be Killmonger. I remember that. They killed off a character that generated $1.3 billion with less screen time and development than any other character in the MCU. That told me that they don't know what they're doing. Exactly. They don't. Deadpool's an action comedy. Marvel loves their comedy, but one flick can't turn everything around. Still, like I said, I'm not giving that to them. They don't deserve Deadpool. Not right now. They don't deserve it. Nope. Hell, I don't even want to give them X-Men. I kind of wish somebody came and bought X-Men from Marvel and did it. Because X-Men is, that's my favorite group. You know what I'm saying? Favorite set of superheroes. And I think Marvel is going to F it up. I think Kevin Feige and his cronies is going to mess it up. That's what I believe. I don't want to see them jack this up like they've been jacking everything else up. But let me get out of here, man. Tell me what y'all think about Steven Yeun dropping out of the Sentry. Is it fishy? Is it just par for the course? Is this just another step in the direction of Marvel being a dumpster fire and not fixing the things that they need to fix? Are they finding out that they're not invincible? Let me know what y'all think, man. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and get them likes up, man. Just give me a couple likes so we can get this algorithm to see that I be live out here, man, doing what I do. Get them likes up. Get them likes up for me, please. Last one. If Wakanda Forever was Wrath of Khan, they could make Black Panther 3 be the search for Spock. The idea that they have T'Challa's soul and it needs a new body could be cool. That would be, hey. I know I'm trying to get out of here, but hey, I like that. I like that. I like that. At the end game, it was the most interesting BP. Right. Now what the fuck? Right. All right, y'all. Peace, man. Like I said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Where is my outro? I will see y'all tomorrow. Where my outro at? There we go. Yo, what's cracking, Rules House family? Hey, we come to the end of another great video. Hope you enjoyed our take on the latest in entertainment. Don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We would love for you to join us. Remember, Rules House is your house. Until next time, stay tuned, stay dope. We out. Peace.